Right, it's day 11, and the question is, which school did Cato Goodyng attend? Now, the story actually goes from starting from his younger age, high school, college, and then towards the business era, right? Um, now, what school are we talking about here? It's very easy to find out that yes, he went to high school. This is the high school right here. It's Dave Sprockett High School, and he just lived the typical high school life. There were some bullies, and the book gets into that right at the beginning, which I really like. So if you got the book, reread that. It was a very cool way to find out the type of person Cato is. But he did go to college. So at the beach, when Cato is celebrating with the seniors on their graduation, a guy comes up to him, Ross Broderick, and he says he's from Hartman University, and he wants to offer him a scholarship, blah, blah, blah. Now, Cato sounds interested in it, but he realizes, Hartman doesn't offer science scholarships. So he knows already. And he asks, what company are you with? But Ross does tell him he's actually from Madwire, and of course, offers him all this stuff for room and board and a monthly stipend, etc. Right? So he does go to college, but we just don't know which one. Was it really Hartman University? We don't know. But what we do know is that he does end up going somewhere. He arrives at this place here. He does meet up with Gina, and he's like, what a coincidence. And Gina's like, there's a great pre-med program here. They end up studying together, and of course, that grows into something else. Even in this panel here, where he's talking to the professor, talking about his research of quarks, and of course, he says he's going to give him an A, right? So he goes to college. We just thought, I'm not too sure, at least, which college he goes to. So really, the easiest answer for this question is Dave Sprockett High School. But let's go into theory time. While I was searching for the college name, just in case it was provided, I came across this page and realized this looks like something in real life. Want to take a guess? It kind of looks like the White House, right? But in the Rippaverse Comic world, there is no United States. Now, well, I think there was, but not anymore, right? You can find more about this if you do read Mike Barron's letter. Now, in this letter, he talks about 7 different countries and how the United States eventually died. And so there's more to the Goodyng story than just the story itself. You got to read Mike Barron's letter. It alludes to the whole differences in countries and not really a United States there, because there was mention of the Great War of Separation in the Dokumaan cards for Brian Solari's background. And so if you have the cards, read that. You'll kind of connect the dots and you'll understand that, hey, this is America, but not the America we know in our real world, right? In the comics world, it's a whole different thing, right? So that's why the stories get a little bit more interesting as you try to connect these dots. Now you're wondering, okay, what are these excerpts? What is projexis? How are these countries or factions laid out? Now, Flores Park, how old is it? It's actually only 50 years old from Mike Barron's letter. So these stories start to become a lot more clearer, a lot more interesting once you start putting together all the stories and the characters and their backgrounds, going from the comic books, from the information shared in Rippazine, from all the information from the Dokumaan cards. This is a real cool comic book world to be a part of. And with the Rippaverse comics, everything is brand new. So you have no clue what's going to happen. But with all these little clues here and there that Rippaverse is sharing through their authors, the writers, through even the books and panels themselves, right? We get a taste for what's coming and what could be possible. So hope you enjoyed me sharing a little bit more than just the answer to this question, but how you can really get into these comics and find out how much more interesting these characters can be.